Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about hosting in Russia at a very good rate. United States is 7.5 and Russia is at 5 cents all in. That's 2.5 cents savings, so it's a big difference. So if you have some old miners you want to host with us, even new ones, all of that can be hosted in Russia. And today I'm going to be showing you guys the video here. This was sent from our partners out there. We're going to be visiting this site here shortly, but I wanted to bring you guys this video and talk about the hosting opportunity in Russia. So if you're interested in that, you know what to do. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, go to cryptollc.org if you're looking to host with us. You're looking to host in Russia, United States. If you're looking to buy miners, sell, you're looking to build a farm, we have all of that available at cryptollc.org. And before we get started, Bitcoin saves your wealth and Jesus Christ saves your soul. All right, let's go. So again, this video was sent from that site. We're showing you guys around what we have. So you can see it's pretty much typical containers. These containers, by the way, are the same exact containers that we're going to be using at our North Dakota site that we're working on. You can see you got the exhaust louvers, except we don't actually need these louvers. We're probably going to remove them. These are standards. When you buy the container, you get these standard exhaust. You'll see on the other side, they're very, very similar. They have the water curtains coming down on that side. And our partner is going to be showing around a empty container. This one has not been loaded, but I turned off the audio because it's pretty hard to hear me talk over this. You can see the water curtains there. So those water curtains standard from this manufacturer, container manufacturer. Also the PDUs here are also very standard. You can actually upgrade these to smart PDUs, and that's what we're going to be doing at our North Dakota site. Otherwise, the breaker is smart, but the PDUs are not. So when you host with us at our site here in Russia, if you decide to, we're going to place your miners per breaker, meaning that there's 50 slots per breaker. So if you want to host with us, it's going to be like increments of 50. That way you get one whole breaker dedicated to your site. You're not mixing around with other clients. You don't have to worry about that whole, someone else is mining on your power, meter. No one else will. It's all going to be dedicated to you. You can see the water curtains. In terms of water curtains, you don't really need them. That's the whole point of water curtains is to just provide extra cooling for the miners, because if it gets so hot, you can kill the heat by having water go down these curtains. And they usually accumulate here, and you have a pipe that comes up here and just has it go down those curtains. But you don't really need those with profile switching. We can the profile just go down. If you guys watch our vintage videos, you'll see us talking about that. But you put them in anyway, because maybe some client doesn't want to do profile switch and wants to run them more like full blast, and you can go with curtains. So might as well keep them on there. So here's those PDUs. Again, these PDUs are not smart. You can see how this mining container is pre-configured with everything. It's got the switches for the Ethernet. It's got the dumb PDUs there, smart breakers. They got those exhaust fans there in the back. You see them there. Everything's good to go. You can see they all come with just a C19 here. There are some C14s, but usually these are C19s. And again, you can change them up. Like if you're hosting like S21s, you can either get an adapter or they have a special plug that plugs in for S21s, but all that can be configured depending on the client. So if the client comes in and he has S21s, then we'll have to get some adapters for that to be able to power it in there. And you can see standard. Anyone that's shopping around for containers, you know exactly what container this is. You can see just standard breakers, this control mechanisms here. It's got the bus bars there on the sides. These bus bars. It's got your standard 3-phase, high power. Everything is just good quality. And one of the things to keep in mind when you're looking for a place to host is the quality of the containers themselves. They have enough airflow coming in and out to make sure that your miners are cool. And as you can see on this container, there's plenty of that airflow. You got those big fans. This is a typical setup again. You don't have to have them, but if you do, they're not a negative. But what's also very important is the intake. And as you saw from the video in the beginning, the curtains, you can see the curtains take up a huge amount of that intake air coming in. So you'll have plenty of air traveling in and out. So for mining farms, you got to have that flow rate. The flow rate has to be very high. So you can see here, all the way to almost to the very top, and then the exhaust is also to the top. So you have a lot of air going in and a lot of air coming out, and that makes sure that you have that flow, that non-stop flow. Here's another example of miners we can run at this farm. So these are Whatsminers, and as you can see, they can run at the same exact container here, same exact PDU, same container. But as you can see, we can put in any type of miner. We can do Whatsminer, Canon miners, S19, S17s, S21s. We can do L7s, L9s. So you can do Dogecoin. You can do script type coins. You can do Bitcoins, mining, any of those type of miners. Basically, everything works. By the way, these shelves can be adjusted. So in the future, some other type of miner comes out, we can always adjust them and make them fit, and so should have no issue. Now let's talk about the rate and capacity availability in Russia. So the rate is 5 cents all in, meaning that you just pay 5 cents KWH, and there is no additional fees or anything like that, and that's what you pay. The uptime is 70%, and the capacity is 20 megawatts spread around 2 regions. This is north of Moscow and in Murmansk region. So if you want to host with us there, any of those sites, you can pick which one you want, by the way. But we can meet you there. So we highly recommend, if you want to go forward and host with us, we recommend that you would meet us there. You fly out there, meet us there. We show you around the farms, show you where we're gonna host your miners, and then once we sign the contract and do the deposits and everything, you can ship your miners out here. By the way, you don't have to have the miners. If you want to buy miners, you can do that as well. We have great rates at Crypto LLC. So if you want to buy miners from us and then host them, we can do that as well. Now, in terms of the uptime, so the uptime is 70%. What does that mean? Why is that happening in the first place? So the reason why the rate is so inexpensive, right, compared to the United States at 7.5, you're getting 5 cents all in. So that's 2.5 cents savings. The reason for that is because the uptime is 70%. So in Russia, just like in a lot of United States, states like Minnesota, Texas, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, they have a variable rate. So at certain days of the week, the rate is higher, and at certain days of the week, the rate is lower. Also, they have cutoffs. So meaning, like, let's say there's a holiday coming up, like July 4th, let's say, and they would have the farms shut off for that day, maybe for 6 hours out of that day. So in Russia, they have something similar. They have their own holidays. They have their own, situation with the power grid and all that. So what they do is they say, hey, we'll give you a cheaper rate if you're going to be on this interruptible schedule. And that's what this farm is on. It's on the interruptible schedule. So in return, you get a cheaper rate, but your uptime is only 70% on average. So 70%. So your miners will not be running 100%. They'll be off for 30% of the time, and then they'll be back on for the other 70% of the time. So this is a great way to bring over like your old used miners. Let's say maybe they're not profitable, like especially like right now, Bitcoin hasn't recovered yet. Bitcoin is at 60,000, still has not recovered. So if you have like old miners like S19s, maybe S17s, and you're like barely profitable or you're break even as of right now, especially if you're not running in low power mode, you might be just break even or maybe losing something in high power mode. Then shipping your miners to Russia and hosting them here at 5 cents is make a big difference, right? You're going down from breaking even to having a good profit at 5 cents rather than 7.5. But if you're on S21s, S21 Pro, then you're totally fine. You have no issues. You don't really need Russia, but still, it's an idea you can have. It's a plan. Maybe you want to keep it safe. Keep it safe and just go with the 70% uptime. You'll sleep better at night if that works for you. Whatever works for you. So we have that available. Now, if you don't want to do that, you want to just host, straight 100%, then you can go with our farms in the United States. We have farms in Nebraska, New York, and Washington State. And we have also more than 20 megawatts available in those regions, but the rate is a lot more. The rate is 7.5 cents. But at least you're getting close to 100%. It's still not 100 because those states do have their curtailment, but it's very close. It's about like 95%, 98% uptime. All right, well, I hope you guys liked this video. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe. And if you want to buy some miners, you want to sell miners, you want to set up your farm, you know what to do. Go to cryptollc.org. We provide all those services and can help you build your farm. And right now is a good time to jump in because Bitcoin still has not blown up. Just right now, you're looking to buy miners, you can get them for a good price. Imagine what those miners are going to cost if Bitcoin goes to 80,000 or 100,000. You know, first of all, it's going to be almost impossible to find the miners because they're going to be out of stock. And if you do find them, they're going to be like 3 times the price. So you got to keep that in mind when you're building out your farm. That you start building when Bitcoin is down, and you buy miners and set up your farm when Bitcoin is down, because you'll get the best price for everything. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys like it, and until next time, goodbye.